Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with Explore the Card, episode number 30, where we discuss the 1997 Platinum Portrait. Yes, I stress portrait because it's often referred to as the Platinum Portraits, plural, but in fact, the card is Platinum Portrait, even though on the label that you see right there, it says Portraits. So that's what we're here to talk about today. If you look at the card itself, you can see where it says Portrait, obviously, on your screen. This is episode number 30. I can't believe we're 30 episodes into it, which means we're 30 weeks into it, which is like 210 days that I've been doing these episodes. Let's not waste any more time. These episodes are long enough. Some of you guys love that. Some of you guys can't stand that. But regardless, let's get cranking. First, I always like to tell you guys what I own. I own a BGS 9.5 copy of this card. We're going to talk a little bit more about this card, and we're going to actually watch a video about this card at some point during this Explore the Card episode. That's my gem 9.5 on your screen. It's a min gem because the corners have been touched a tiny bit, as you can see. But all in all, a pretty rare, nice copy of the Platinum Portrait Jordan from 1997 Metal Universe. As always, we are going to look at the set that this insert card is derived from, and it is none other than one of the greatest sets of all time. We talk about it all the time. Everybody's going to put together their greatest basketball sets of all time list. The 1997 Metal Universe set has to be somewhere in your top 10, if not your top 3 or top 5. It's certainly in my top 5. Top 3 is quite possible. The base set itself is fantastic. 125 cards, 2 checklists. Everybody knows about the 2 famous parallel sets, the PMG Reds and the PMG Greens. The base set itself, like we said, 125 cards with 2 checklists. Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady are the big 2 rookie cards from this class. Jordan, as we've talked about on numerous occasions, is card number 23 in the checklist. You guys might have seen this card before. I'm sure you have. It's not a rare card in raw condition. Whoa, what just happened there? Sorry, clicked the wrong button. It's not a rare card in raw condition or in PSA 7 or 8 or even really 9. But in PSA 10, it's only a pop 121. And I hope you're sitting down for this. It is a $5,500 card or somewhere around there for a PSA 10 base copy. I haven't actually comped that. I probably should comp that and see. Actually, let's go take a look. That's maybe an old number. Let's go see what the base PSA 10 last sold for. So 5,200 over the last 12 sales. It's sold for 5,449 on average. So as you can see, this is over the last year. Look how steady that card is. For a base card over the last year, when much of the market has declined in an inordinate manner, this card has absolutely held its own. It never dipped below 4,000, and then it fought its way back up to 6,100 a couple months ago, and last sold is 5,200, but that's a pretty good sample size of 12 cards at 5,500 average, so that's about what your average is. So that's the base card. Enough about the base card. We're here to talk about the insert set. And the insert set we are talking about today is the Platinum Portrait. Where are we? Here we are. Let's pull it up. Some other great insert sets in here. Real quick, let's run through them. Gold Universe, Planet Metal, which features Jordan. Platinum Portraits we're going to talk about today. We've discussed the Reebok Bronze, Gold, and Silver. I've actually put together a bunch of raw Shaquille O'Neal in Bronze, Gold, and Silver Reebok, which I am going to submit to PSA at some point. They're down to $30, so we're getting close. I'm going to submit those and see what I can do as far as buy raw, grade, and potentially keep the best and then flip the rest. We've got our Silver Slam inserts. We've got the world famous Titanium, which is 1 out of 72 hobby packs, and those are die cut, and Jordan is in there, and then actually Ghost Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, is on the Penny Hardaway card. So those are just some of the insert sets, but we're here to talk about, and of course, you know, the 2 parallels, red and green PMGs, but we're here to talk about the Platinum Portraits. As you can see on your screen, it's 1 in 288 packs, making the Jordan 1 in 4,320 packs. If we look at the set, it features 15 players. There's 15 players in it. 9 of the 15 players are Hall of Famers. We always like to try to identify who the imposter is And the imposter in this set, the closest thing to an imposter, is Kerry Kittles. But people forget he was a pretty good player, and this was actually a player that, if I recall, John Calipari kind of looked at Kobe Bryant and kind of ended up settling on Kerry Kittles, which had something to do with why John Calipari's tenure with the Nets was very short. But anyway, the Kerry Kittles is the closest thing to an imposter here. Calipari wanted the more established and more predictable, dependable veteran Kerry Kittles, who had torn it to pieces at Villanova and was just a very versatile two-way player. He ended up being a 14-4-3 guy over a very short 8-year career. He retired at age 30, and I'll tell you a little story. I was supposed to play against Kerry Kittles in the 1992 Louisiana State Championship. His St. Augustine Purple Knights and the Catholic High Bears team that I played on here in Baton Rouge. We're supposed to meet in the finals. We were both ranked AP in the top 25 teams in the nation. We were 32-0. They were like 30-1 or something like that. We ended up losing in the semifinals to a team that we had already beat that season by 38 points. So it was the perfect storm, or the imperfect storm, whatever you want to call it. And what was supposed to be the greatest matchup in perhaps Louisiana high school basketball history never happened. So St. Augustine and Kerry Kittles went on to win the state championship that year. It still brings a tear to my eye to talk about it, and I look down at my finger and I'm missing that state championship ring that I coveted as a young man here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'll never forget that. So enough of that, enough of me. Let's talk about the card itself. So I am going to try to transition you over, but I've got to merge videos, so I'm going to try to transition you over right now. Here is a cool little video that PWCC, whenever you purchase a card in their premier auction, they sometimes have a video for the card. They prepare the video for you. It's not really for you, it's for all interested and potential buyers, but when you actually purchase the card and win the card in a PWCC premier auction, when that card's placed in your vault, you get to retain that video. And so here's a quick glimpse of that video for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this. It's 1 minute and 3 seconds long, just showing you a little bit more about my particular BGS 9.5 copy of the Platinum Portraits. So instead of me explaining the card, I'll let PWCC do it for you.
Exceedingly rare and exceedingly cool production. This Metal Universe product there from '97 is just one of the coolest designs of all time. It's laser cut. You can see the depiction of Jordan sort of in the overlay there. Extremely rare platinum parallel of this product. It was like a 1 in 4,000 pack odds of pulling this card. You can imagine how much product you built in before you get one of these. Overall technical grade of a 9.5, which is part of what makes this so special. Just a condition sensitive issue. Very minor wear to the couple corner tips is what designates to the 9 corner grade, but otherwise everything appears very, very nice. See the tiny touch. It's just a card you just don't see surface very often, and when it does, rarely does it have condition assessment anywhere close to this. So just a neat card from the 90s and one of the more prolific investment pieces.
Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed that cool little video. Let's move on to what we came to see. Let's give the people what they want. We want to know about the pop and the prices. And so I've got a table pulled up. What I've done is I've compiled the PSA 10, BGS 9.5, PSA 9, and BGS 9 information as derived from Card Ladder and the PSA and Beckett Pop reports. That's what you see on your screen here. If you can hold your camera sideways and take a landscape picture, do it. If you've got, screen print or print screen or whatever the hell they call it on your keyboard, go ahead and hit it if you're savvy enough to do that. But this is what we're looking at. So what stands out to me on this pop and prices table, first and foremost, is look at the pop of the BGS 9.5. Isn't that fascinating? It's not coincidentally number 23. How fitting is that Michael Jordan's pop is 23, the world famous jersey number that he wore for the vast majority of his career. The total graded between the two companies is only 213 cards. have been graded between PSA and BGS. And then remember, of the 213, you've got to believe that some of those are crack and resubs. Remember, the card is 1 in 4,320 pack odds. So that is pretty elite and pretty rare, and that's going to reduce the quantity that's ever going to be graded by PSA and BGS. The gem percentages, PSA's gem percentage is actually double that of BGS, which is very unique. That is a very rare indeed. If we look at the last sold price, the one that jumps out at me is the $21,600 because that's my sale. Yay! So I paid $21,600. That is the last BGS 9.5 copy of the Platinum Portrait that has sold, and it was the card that you just saw featured in that neat little PWCC video from the premier auction when I bought that card. The highest that BGS 9.5 has ever been is $30,000. The highest sale for the PSA 10, which is almost the exact same pop, was $58,800 for two gems. You know, the gems are pretty similar in pop rate, and for the highest sold price to be almost fully double for PSA 10 is pretty interesting and unique, especially when the gem percentage for PSA 10 is twice that of the BGS 9.5. For that reason, I deem $21,600 a logical, intelligent investment. Comment below if you think I'm an idiot. Just do it politely if you don't mind. But I think buying one for $21,600 when the PSA 10 is about the same pop and sold for almost $60,000 was a pretty good buy. Again, I am buying it for 10, 12, 15 years down the road when I'm an old Cajun and I have a gray beard and gray hair. So I'm not looking to flip the card. It's not an investment piece. This was a crucial issue in the 1990s Jordan insert and parallel world that I wanted to place in my collection in gem condition one way or the other. I felt like the BGS 9.5 was the move over the PSA 10. Not that I could even find a PSA 10. They are very hard to come by. As you can see, another thing to really focus on is during the last 6 months, only my BGS 9.5 has sold. You have not seen another 9.5, and you have not seen another PSA 10 sale from what I can see on Card Ladder. Now, could there have been a private sale? Of course. Could there have been an Instagram, Facebook, whatnot, whatever sale? Of course, there could have been. But as far as the public auction houses and eBay and MySlabs and things like that, those platforms that Card Ladder, derives its sold data from, no public sales other than my PWCC Premier purchase of the 9.5 copy. There's been no change over the last 6 months for any of that. If you look at the pop growth over here on your screen, there's been a PSA 10 added. Wow, that is very rare. So since April of 2021, there was actually a PSA 10 that was added to the pop report. And as you can see, look at the bottom number for BGS 9s. You can see that 8 new BGS 9s have been added, but no 9.5. So a lot of people are taking a shot at BGS grading this card, and 8 of them came up short with 9s. Who knows how many 8.5s or 8s or 7.5s have come up through Beckett. But what that tells me that there's been 8 added 9s and no 9.5s means people are taking their shot and they're swinging and missing. There are no black labels. There are no BGS 10s of Jordan or any other player in the 15 card insert Platinum Portrait set. That kind of is not surprising. I can't imagine the black on the light gray, what that would look like. That would be just absolutely devastatingly beautiful. With the blackish looking pinholes, depending on what your background is, with the black label, that would just be absolutely mind-boggling. There are none. The combined pop between PSA and BGS is 40, so we're always looking for that. If we want to control the pop, or we want to look at cards that are what we call short print cards, or at least grading scarce cards in gem condition. There's only 40 of them, so my threshold is usually 100. I want to make sure there's less than 100. That makes a card super relevant long term, in my opinion. There are only 40 combined gems between PSA and BGS. How often does it sell on the open market? We talked about it. If we go back to our little table here, it's only sold one time in the last 6 months on the open market as far as gems go. What's on eBay? We always want to ask that question. You like the video. You're like, oh, you know what? I want a Platinum Portrait of my own. Let's pull it up on eBay. If we search, I put an S in there like a rookie. If we search Platinum 1997 Platinum Portrait Michael Jordan on eBay. Let's see what we see. We see a SGC 5 that came up. That's banged up. $5,995. Buy it now. We see a BGS 6, $8,000 in Australia from our good friend down under. Then we see mislabeled 1997 Platinum Portrait. It says plural, and it's not 1997. That's 1996. And then we see an incredible 9.5 copy right here. I don't know if that's real or not. I guess we can click it and check it out. Let's click it and check it out. 166, but 100% rating. I'm not sure what else this person's selling. That's a really big card. It looks like they've dabbled in some other Platinum Portrait stuff, and they've got a championship PSA 9 on there. I don't know. I'll let you vet that yourself as to whether that's real or fake. It's been really scary on eBay lately with lots of hacked accounts. So be careful out there, guys. Just really be careful what you're doing. Maybe at least message and somehow vet the seller on eBay if you're ever going to buy a card of this magnitude. But you can see 26,250 or best offer. It's at least in the neighborhood. So if you're looking to buy one at market value, which as we saw was about 21, something like that, depending on where you think the market's going on this card since then, at least that's in the neighborhood. It's not 50K or something crazy. And then you've got a 96, 96, 96, 96. Just so you know, the 96 is not nearly as highly coveted or sought after or rare as the 97. It's this 97 that you're looking at that's the rare one that everybody wants. What if you're a gambler and you want to buy a box of Metal Universe to try to pull the Platinum Portrait? You think you're going to pull the 1 in 4,320 pack odd card. You can't do it on eBay at least. The box you're looking at on your screen, you only get one result when you search basketball sealed box 97 Metal Universe, and this is the championship, and that is another product entirely. So that is not the same thing as Metal Universe Hobby where you can pull the Platinum Portrait. So what do I own and what do I plan to do? Buy, sell, hold. As we said, I own the 9.5 copy. That's as far as it goes. I'm not buying a $50,000 PSA 10 or whatever the hell it is, 70,000. I don't know what it would be worth today, but I'm not interested in upgrading from 9.5 to 10. When I collect, if I can get it in 9.5, I like that price because that means I can buy more quantity of Jordan cards that I don't have. I can check off more boxes. I can build my collection quicker because of the premium that you pay for a PSA 10. It's just very difficult, to grow your collection with these rare short print Jordan inserts in PSA 10 condition. So I'm very happy with my 9.5. I am as long-term hold as long-term hold gets, what I like to call Cajun eternity. So you will not see me moving that 9.5 for anything, barring being a piece of a PMG green purchase. That's about the only way you'd ever see me move this 9.5. Is it a low, a mid, a high, or a grail value insert? If we go back to our chart, you remember the way I separated is if the card's worth more than 20,000, it's a grail. If you look at your chart here, you can see PSA 9 last sold 25, BGS 9.5 last sold 21.6, PSA 10 last sold 58.8. So grail in those grades, and it's even a high-end card in BGS 9 condition. All around, the card is very valuable, very rare, very tough pack odds. This is really truly a meaningful Jordan issue in the 90s that a lot of Jordan collectors highly covet and value. So we'll get to more about that later. What about the three cards that are comparable as far as price goes in PSA 10 condition? So in PSA 10 condition, this Platinum Portrait is about the same value as the 1986 Fleer sticker, which has been on a wild ride. Remember, that card got way over 100,000 at one point. The card last sold here for 72,000. So again, I'm taking liberties, right? Saying it's in the same value. This is a Pop 121 card. As you can see, it sold 13 times just in the last year for an average of 78,000. So really, how similar is it to a $50,000 Platinum Portrait? It's in the mix. We'll just leave it there. It's tough to find cards that are in this price range. The next one is the 1996 Topps Chrome. If you look at your screen, this card hadn't sold since November of 2020, but Card Ladder puts a value on there of about 52,000. So that's the value that I assign to the card. So again, it's comparable. What an amazing card. That's only a Pop 7. So that's even a lower pop than the Platinum Portrait. And then the third card we compare it to is what a card that's been absolutely on fire lately. This is the 1997 Hoops High Voltage 500. This card is serial numbered to 500. Remember, there's the regular high voltage, and then there's this crazy nut job, psychedelic high voltage 500, which is actually serial numbered. A lot of people think that there are not 500 of these out there, despite the fact that it is serial numbered to 500, and they attribute that to the extremely low pop count. And there, the logic is that, well, if there was 500 of them, the pop count would be magnitudes higher than it is right now. So they think maybe some were destroyed or never released, or maybe there was an error in the serial numbering. I don't know. I'll let you guys do your research on that and go to Blowout Forums and do that research. This high voltage 500 is a pop 4, and it has not sold since 2019. Card Ladder's guessing completely here at 50,900. Who knows, really? 50,300, sorry. Who knows? My guess is the next high voltage 500 PSA 10, there's only 4 of them, would probably be more like a $80,000 to $100,000 card. That's just my guess. Card Ladder does have this new feature called the grade ratio, which a graded ratio value attempts to estimate the value of a card that hasn't sold in the last year, meaning just doesn't come along very often, using a recent comp from another grade of the same card. Using sales in the past where this card sold around the same time as the PSA 9 copy, the ratio was found to be 2.35. Using the current value of the PSA 9, which has sold in the last year, they extrapolate that with the modifying number of 2.35, and they came up with a grade ratio of a PSA 10 would likely sell for 72,500. And here you go. There's your pop. I mean, hell, a PSA 9 is only a pop 7. So you're talking about a rare card. Like I said, if there was really 500 of these cards out there, there'd be way more in the pop report than the numbers that you see. That's only 11 PSA 9s and 10s combined. So something's going on with that card. There's got to be more to the story. Maybe, you can find a Jordan expert out there and figure it out before you start to chase that card. I have just changed the topic of our Explore the Card episode. So let's go. I like to rank these cards in order. This is my order. Number 1, I would unquestionably buy this card first. The high voltage 500 in PSA 10 condition, right? So there's card number 1. Card number 2 would be the PSA 10 Platinum Portraits. I don't have it in 10. I have it in 9, but I would buy the Platinum Portraits in Platinum. God, I keep saying it plural. Sorry. The Platinum Portrait 10. So that's the card that I would buy, which is pop 17. The next one I would buy would be the Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10. Remember, it's only a pop 7. So big card right there. And the last card that I would buy is a card that I actually already own. It's a pop 121. It's the 1986 Fleer sticker Michael Jordan PSA 10, which it looks like found the floor and will hopefully start to rally because as an owner of that card, I'd like to see the 86 Fleer set do really well. Keeping in mind, all I have left from my once complete set is the 2 Jordan cards, the 57 base and the sticker number 8. But that is my order. High voltage, then Platinum Portrait, then Topps Chrome Refractor, then 86 Fleer. So getting back to the Cajun cardboard scale of Michael Jordan insert relevance. Did I get it right? I never get that right. Sometimes I do. 8.5. I give the Platinum Portrait an 8.5. It's really tough. It's tough to pull. The pack odds check all the boxes. The condition sensitivity checks the boxes. The combined gem being way less than 100, actually 40, checks all the boxes. The fact that it's a grail level card from a secondary market value checks the boxes. The aesthetics of the card itself and the story behind it, with the pinholes creating the Jordan, face on the front and the back, checks all the boxes. Everything about this card just screams Grail City. It's not a 9 like an Essential Credentials might be, or like a championship PMG or Rubies or something like that. Those would probably be 9 out of 10 on my list. So I'm going to give it a half grade, and we're going to say this Platinum Portrait's an 8.5 out of 10 on my Cajun cardboard Jordan scale of relevance. But anyway, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I can't believe it's episode number 30. I'm super excited about it. I've tried to stay consistent. I don't think I've missed a single week. So, congrats to me for actually going 30 for 30 so far. I'd like to keep the streak alive. It's like the Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak. I'm 30 in, so let's see if we can keep it going. I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a ton about Jordan cards, and hopefully you guys are not only being educated like I am when I do the research, but you're also being entertained a little bit, listening to this Cajun scream at the TV screen, and share what I have found with you. What would you guys like to see in episode number 31? If there's a particular Jordan card out there that I haven't done an Explore the Card episode on, and there's hundreds, literally literally hundreds of inserts and parallels left. So I've got years and years ahead of me to keep bringing you consistent Friday episodes of Explore the Card. If there's one you want to see in episode number 31, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm Cajun_cardboard. I'm not real good on Facebook Messenger anymore. Something's ganked up with it and it's not really working real great. For those of you who have my cell phone number, you're certainly welcome to text me. I can't share it with everybody, unfortunately. Or comment below and let me know what you'd like to see in episode number 31. I do appreciate you guys watching. I don't take any of you 1,041 subscribers for granted, especially you guys who have been with me from the start. If you haven't gone back, go back to some of my first videos. They're very low view counts, but I've got some really cool stuff that I did really early on. The production quality and my comfortability with the camera is probably not top notch, but there's some really cool content and some really cool stuff that I put into some really early videos. I probably need to re-film those and re-record those in a more concise, efficient, professional manner and share it with you guys. But go way back and go check out the playlist. If you're just interested in one certain segment of the hobby, I've got about 10 playlists, which kind of separates them so you can kind of just go see what you want. So anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.